you ever have any experiences like that? Because you've got like those three brothers. I would think that like with the network of friends that y'all had, like some hijinks and shenanigans would get going. I'm surprised there was never like a fight where all three of you had to beat somebody up.
No, we never did that. Like I can't think of any big bully like older because I'm like the way it worked out, like my brother's 2 grades below me, my other brother's much younger, so we didn't go to school together. But like the way it worked out is all my friends, like tons of them had younger brothers that were 2 years below. It was a weird coincidence, like huge. So it was a big group, but I didn't really know. And my friends who had older siblings, they were like that kind of older where it's like, I have a brother. And it's like, really? Yeah, he's 31. It's like, oh, well, he's not in the mix, man. Like he's
unless he's a real loser.
Oh, yeah. Do you remember those guys in high school where like a 22-year-old would show up to pick up a sophomore, junior? And it's like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, you loser. They're going around. Like, I remember seeing like recently graduated seniors, like the year above me, come back to school during class and be like, hi, Mrs. Smith. And like, there were a couple guys and a couple girls. And it's like, go live your life. Get the fuck out of what is wrong with you to want to just pop in 4 months after you graduated.
I disagree. I have my own take on this. I think that what it is that guy being older was always alpha to us, right? And we're thankful that he's gone, right? Asshole was a senior when I was a sophomore. Now I'm the senior, and he pops his head back in. Now he's a sophomore in college. Leave me the fuck alone. This is my chance to be the senior. I'm supposed to be in charge here. You're a loser. You're a loser for wondering what's happening back here. You're a loser for caring about the teacher you had 2 years ago. But then 2 years later, no, I didn't do it. I didn't pop back in. But I was curious. Like I would have been interested in talking to like my old swim coach or this guy or that guy. I can see why there's an interest in popping in. I'm not trying to steal some
I don't know.
high school girl.
I was in a unique situation because I went to high school on the same campus I went to college because I went to a prep high school. So like the high school's there at the college. Yeah. So as soon as I started my freshman semester in college, like my high school's right there. So I'm like, oh, I've got the ID badge. They'll just let me in the building. I'll go see like this teacher who I was friends with. And I go in, and as soon as I'm in, I'm like, this is weird. Yeah. I don't like this. Never did it again. Was not a fan.
I think like I can see where you're coming from, Woody. And like, yeah, if you're on the same campus, like it's totally different. I remember like, and like, it definitely wasn't the senior thing for my friend group. Because I remember like when they would stop by, I'd be like, are any of you guys ever going to pop in to say hi to Miss Smith after we graduate? And they're like, fuck no, dude. Like, I don't want to be here right now. Like, I'm not going to opt to come back here. I have not gone back to my high school ever.
I think I drove past it with Woody a few years ago, and that was the closest I had been in a long time.
Yeah, because there's nothing for me there. I already did it. Like,
I wanted to see my high school.
Yeah, I did my time.
I wanted to retrace the steps of the infamous girl that I slapped at like 13 years old, and I'm looking at it on Google Maps.
She had it coming. Long story.
She had it coming.
Long story. All right. I'm 100% in the right. 110% in the right to hit this woman.
I'll take your word for it. And where can I slap her? Sure.
Anyway, they tore the school down and built it up. Like the places weren't there. They put the schools where the tennis courts were and put the tennis courts where the school was. And I'm like, that is definitely not how it was.
Nice, man.
And that must be how they did it.
Yeah, no, I've never had any reason to go back there. The teachers that I did like it was the welding and the construction teacher, and I went on to like play poker with them later on when I was like out of high school. Like those guys were part of that like scene that we played a lot of Texas Hold'em together. So I actually got to see them later on. Those were cool people, and I think I shot with them a little bit too, like sporting clays and stuff. Those guys.
It's more of an intimate scene. Like you're doing a shared activity. It's not just a teacher that like you were gonna.
Oh, of course. Well, it's like it's 1,000% different dynamic. For one thing, those guys were kind of loose for their teaching style. The construction teacher is the one I hit, and like more or less got away with hitting a teacher in class. So like they were pretty cool guys.
Based in Redfield, perhaps.
Based in Redfield, attacking your teacher in
class. He should have hit me back. He totally should have smoked me. If he'd laid me out right there, he'd have set a good fucking example. Like he shouldn't have let me do that. He really should have smoked me. Like I had it coming. I wouldn't have complained. I understood. I wouldn't have said a damn thing. I wouldn't have told on him. I'd be like, I fell. Nah, Mr. Coffin didn't hit me.
I fell.
Did Mr. Coffin hit you? Nope. I fell and hit my head. I hit him accidentally, and on the way down, I hit my face. Yep. He was a big dude. He totally could have whipped my ass. Like I think little kids overestimate how strong they are compared to like grown man strength. This dude was like, I don't know, maybe my age now. Like I didn't want, and he's 6'4", so I had to reach up to hit him.
Damn.
That was ballsy of you.
I hit him in the top of the head, to be fair. I didn't punch him in the face. I did this. It was stupid. It doesn't matter.
A hammer fist.
I did give him a hammer fist. I Donkey Konged him in the top of the head. But we made up, and we were friends later on, and it wasn't a big deal. I explained to him that I was just an asshole.
Just punched a teacher in class, no biggie.
Didn't punch him, did it?
Happens.
Did strike him though. It didn't seem like when you phrase it like that, it's like, why would ever? Even now, I'm like, I can't believe I did that. That was real. I can't believe I just got caught up in a moment, I think, and things just got away from me, and it just happened.
It just happened. Sometimes things just happen.
Sometimes just punch a teacher. It happens. Sorry, hammer fist a teacher. I bet.
I think
you got to ground and pound your shop teacher.
But no, I never had any desire to go back to school and like visit with like, certainly not like anyone who was like an underclassman, like go see the juniors who are now seniors or whatever. Like it just seemed like a real lame scene, because I remember whenever I would see those hanger-ons, anybody who was older, I thought like, you should be doing that stuff that you're allowed to do now. The only reason I'm here is because I have to be, and you're here by choice, and that makes you a loser whether everybody else can see it or not. Like you should not be here right now.
I guess I like inherently just like took their presence there at 4 p.m. on a Friday to say hi to a teacher as like, oh, for you to be here.
I don't even mean just at school. I just mean hanging out like at parties and stuff too.
I didn't, when I was a senior, there weren't really any like already graduated guys hanging out at like parties or anything. So we didn't deal with that, but we would see the same fucking dudes. It was literally the same like one or two guys and the same one or two girls, and we would see them regularly. It wasn't like the class above me would like trickle in randomly. It was literally the same two girls and I think the same two, maybe three guys. And it would be like they'd pop in like every other week sometimes. Like, and it didn't make any sense. And my thought was always like, for you to be here so regularly, it might not be going so great for you out there. Like trying to return to a place of familiarity, maybe. I don't know.
I think there's some of that. What happened at the parties, a couple guys would show up, and these guys were like good high school athletes. And now, that's all over. They're not in college. Like they don't have anything going on. But at the parties, they're still friends with all the coolest kids. Sure. Like, they're a year or two older, and they're like, "Oh, Johnny, welcome back. Hey," to me, I was like, fuck, it's like when they hire a boss over you and now you just pushed another level down in popularity.
Damn, I can understand that.
This was my kingdom. You came into.
Yeah, like, look, I was trying to be a prince, and now I'm a Dutch or whatever. I don't know what's below prince. Because the king came back, took his spot, who was king as prince, and now I'm something less.
The duke, maybe.
Probably
one of those things that you could buy from one of those things that like sponsors Chael Sonnen, where you can like buy 1 meter squared of land somewhere and become a duke or a knight.
I think you're talking about Sir Chael Sonnen or Lord Chael Sonnen.
Lord Chael Sonnen, of course. Yes, my mistake.